It's that flow, no, she my flow. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's that
How dinosaurs evolved beaks and became birds. Once you know that many dinosaurs had feathers, it seems much more obvious that they probably evolved into birds. But there's still a big question. How did a set of dinosaurian jaws with abundant teeth, think teeth, Rex, turn into the toothless jaws of modern birds, covered by a beak? Two things had to happen in this transition: suppression of the teeth and growth of the beak. Now new fossil evidence has shown how it happened. In a new study, Xiao Wang from the Capital Normal University of Beijing and colleagues studied a series of dinosaur and early bird fossils to see the transition. They found that some dinosaurs evolved to lose their teeth as they got older and sprouted a small beak. Over time, this process happened earlier and earlier until eventually the animals emerged from their eggs with a fully formed beak. The oldest birds actually had reptilian-like teeth, for example, Archaeopteryx from the late Jurassic period, 150 million years ago, and Sapiornis from the early Cretaceous, 125 million years ago. But other early birds had lost their teeth, such as Confuciusornis, also from the early Cretaceous. Modern birds all lack teeth, except for the South American hoatzin, Opisthocomus, whose hatchlings have a small tooth, which they use to help them escape from their egg and then shed. Developmental experiments in the 1980s showed that modern birds could probably generate teeth if their jaw tissue was artificially stimulated with the right molecules. This suggests their ancestors at some point grew teeth naturally. Meanwhile, many dinosaurs actually did have beaks of some kind. Beaks are composed of keratin, the tough, flexible protein that also makes fingernails and cow horns, as well as feathers and hairs. We typically think of beaks as all-encompassing structures, extending from the pointed tip at the front back to the eyes, and including the nostrils in modern birds. But fossil examples show that many toothed dinosaurs actually possessed a minimal beak at the front of the snout. To find out exactly how beaks came to replace dinosaur teeth, the researchers had to look inside the animal's jaw bones. Dinosaur bone fossils are not simply rocky casts of the original bone, but they nearly always show all the internal structure. A microscopic thin section from any dinosaur bone shows all the detail of internal canals for blood vessels and nerves, as well as pits where the bone-generating cells sat. Thin sections of fossil jaw bones show the teeth in as much detail as in any modern jaw bone. Nowadays, bones are rarely cut up, and it is much more common to use computed tomography, CORT, scanning to look inside the bones without damaging them. The CORT scans are a closely spaced series of X-rays that allow researchers to construct detailed 3D models showing every fine detail within the bone. Wang and colleagues observed that the theropod dinosaur Limousaurus, which was closely related to birds' ancestors, and the early bird Sapiornis had teeth right to the front of the jaws when they were young but lost them as they grew up. The detailed internal scans of the fossil showed adult Limousaurus had no teeth but still had tooth sockets in their lower jaws, closed off and forming a single canal. In adult Sapiornis, there were teeth at the back of the jaw but not at the front of the jaw.